A couple of days ago, I found out I could do a one arm push up. A friend was showing me at school. He did like three in a row, and I did one. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know I could do one. And this is just kind of me doing it on camera. This was filmed like today, um, and I don't train for it. So I've never trained for a one arm push up. Same with the chin up. I've never really trained for a chin up, a one arm chin up. Sorry, or I've never really trained for it on a consistent basis. But nevertheless, I was still able to get this movement. Sure, only on one arm, and like it's not like the most perfect form or whatever the case may be. But it's the fact that I can unintentionally get somewhere without, you know, going for it specifically. Now, if I were to go for it specifically, it would probably lead to like better results or quicker results or things like that. But it's like at the same time, I was going to get to that point at at some time sooner or later, and whether I wanted to or not, basically. So what I'm trying to say is like strength is going to come regardless, right? A lot of people say you won't get good strength or whatever the case may be when it comes to calisthenics, but I believe that's very false. I've noticed like a lot of improvements with like some weight training here and there, especially when I kind of like went back to doing curls, or at least like for the time I was doing curls. Like it was very very easy just to curl the same weight over and over and over again. Um, a weight that like of course at first it was like it was a lot more difficult, and then when I go back to that weight, after only doing just body weight movements, mostly like just close grip chin ups, I'm then able to do that movement. Another thing to note, just sidebar, that the one arm push up is a lot of tricep. Somehow I didn't expect that. It's kind of similar with the chin up, one arm chin up, where it's a lot of bicep. But back to the main point. So when it comes to just like all these skills and all these cool, whatever's you're trying to access, a lot of it is just gonna come from just your main bread and butter, your basics. Like I said in my chin up video, sticking to the basics is going to get you to a point to where you can do almost anything, right? Even if that's years down the line, right? If you just stay consistent and you just keep on these things and just keep doing them day in, day out, they're going to get you somewhere eventually. And nine times out of ten, well, all the time actually is going to get you somewhere. That is a great and preferable place. Even again, if those were not your intentions. When it came to the one arm push up, I never even knew I could do it. Right, I remember maybe some months ago or a year ago, I attempted it and I wasn't able to do it, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't do the one arm push up, and I never tried it again. And my friend at school, he was like, you can do a one arm push up. And then he showed me he did three on one arm, and I'm like, okay, let me try it. And then I did it. I'm like, I was surprised, right? I was surprised. But it's just funny. It's like, it's just so interesting how I'm able to kind of get I guess like a requirement of strength without even knowing that I had that. You could kind of refer to this as the shotgun, or just kind of like the shotgun method, maybe. So it's like I'm specifically aiming for one thing, and that's kind of just to do better in the basics and just to see how far just the basic movement patterns and variations of the basic movement patterns can get me when it comes to strength, endurance, muscle gain, just things like that. And at the same time, I'm able to unlock certain skills. Again, skills that I haven't trained for, just because I'm just purely focusing and honing in on trying just to perfect the basics. And of course, I still feel like I'm a long way from perfecting the basics. There's just so much more progress I can make out there, but at the same time, I'm also hitting all these other different things, um, without me again like even aiming for them, right? So that's hence the shotgun effect. And I think that's just kind of like a beautiful thing, in a way. It's like you don't even have to apply that just to this specific situation of me training, but that could be applied to like anything. It's where like you just apply for one specific skill, or you try and just hone your craft at this one specific thing, and you kind of end up getting better to a lot of other things, or a lot of other things at least related to that specific thing you're going for. And it's like, it's a great experience, right? It's as if I've kind of opened up like some treasure chest that I've stumbled upon. Like me doing the chin up was like a treasure chest. Me doing the push up was like a treasure chest. It's like, oh, that's nice, that's neat, that's cool. It's like a reward for all the hard work I've been doing, just like, just been sticking to and just being faithful to all the basics. Again, like I said, these can be, you know, I guess possibly mastered a lot easier if I were to just focus on them purely. Um, but it's like there's no point when I was apparently going to get to these, to these points in my training career, no matter what, right? As long as I stayed basics, just to the push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, I stayed true to them. I just did them day in, day out, everything like that. I was going to get all these other skills regardless, if I were gonna train for them or not. Now I might not be as good as someone who is like, going to perfect the front lever, but it's like the fact that I can do the front lever, and again, the fact that like just regular people are amazed by the fact that I can do a pull up with one arm or chin up with one arm. That's going to be something that, of course, is going to be impressive to just a large array of people. If that's what you care about in general. But again, like, I'm just going to stick to the basics, see how far they're going to take me. I can already see that, like, I'm getting all these different strength skills and requirements and stuff like that. Just by doing just these basic movements, regular movements that anybody can just work up to and start doing. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm working out in my jeans here. I just came from school, like right before this workout. That's one thing too, just about training in your own backyard, or like with calisthenics, you can train in public and you can train in your jeans and nobody's gonna say anything. You can train in your own backyard, whatever the case may be, and you can put all your stuff on tops of bricks, like I'm doing here. The whole brick thing, that doesn't give any extra benefit. It's just something I wanted to do. I know this is not related to the topic of the video, but I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, shotgun effect, keep that in mind. You're going to aim for something, you might shoot for many things, and that can be a great thing. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.